Hey everybody, it's Miss Davis. Come on in. Did you write today? I'm in your business. Did you write today? Are you feeling okay? Get your pen and paper out. We're having a writing day. Come on in, have a seat. Today we're still talking about seeds. So last week I started the series. Come on and join me, where we're writing about seeds, things that have happened in our lives that may have seemed insignificant but have fully grown, right? That could be good or bad. Today's question is, what is a challenge that you faced and at the time it seemed very overwhelming? How did that experience help you develop resiliency and, like a seed, push through hard soil? I'm going to tell a quick story. When I was about 4 or 5, I wanted a doll. I wanted a black doll. Every time we went to the store, I wanted a black doll. And what ended up happening was my mother was like, don't ask for anything. Don't look at anything. You're not getting anything. So if you know anybody like my mama, no, it was a don't. Absolutely not. And I remember the day in question, because I was standing in the department store completely still. I probably was standing like this, looking around thinking, how can I get my mom to buy me that doll? And a woman out of nowhere walked over and she asked my mother, she says, is this your daughter? And my mom said, yes, this is my daughter. And the woman complimented me. She said I was so well behaved. I looked so pretty. And my mom looked at me like she had never seen me before. And I was like, a halo came down from heaven. And I was like, yes, I am a great daughter, you know. And so when the lady walked away, my mom asked me, she was just like, I'm going to get you a toy. What do you want? Yeah, I know I wanted a doll. Okay. Now, I wanted a particular doll. I wanted a black doll because I thought the doll was me. I thought the people that made dolls came into my house while I was asleep, because I was always up looking around at everything. So I had to be asleep. They took my picture, then they made these dolls. And I really thought that at 4 or 5 years old. And when we would go to the toy section and my mom would say, go ahead and pick a toy. All the dolls were identical, mind you, but they had different colored dresses like yellow, green, blue. And I remember having the dilemma of looking up at the shelf to pick myself. Because what if I pick the wrong me? Or what if I pick myself off the shelf and the other dolls were upset? I mean, I was going through all these things in my mind. And I remember getting home and I was just really happy with this doll. But as I got older, the lady taught me that if I behave well and I could possibly get rewarded with a doll. And it did happen. Many times I would behave well. My mom would take me to the toy section. But that wasn't something I noticed. This particular doll, the brown dolls, were not always there. And when the dolls weren't there, it made me think, where was I? Why wasn't I there? Because the people took a picture of me and left and made a doll. And if they weren't on the shelf, where was I? And so that was why Irma King coming into the classroom was so important to me, because that was me. I could do that. Now, at the time I was 8, I don't think I really thought that, but the seed was planted. Now, when we did go to the toy section, there was a doll there. She was the pretty white doll. She was there. She had the same dresses and everything. But I couldn't take her off the shelf because it was a doll for someone else. Someone else's picture was taken. And if I took her doll, she would miss it. So I just remember that I couldn't take the other doll. And no one could understand that. But I was like, I can't take that doll because that doll's not me. And so as I grew up, I began to look for myself. And I called that kind of like my identity crisis moment. So, question of the week is, what is a challenge you faced? At the time seemed overwhelming. How did the experience help you develop resilience? Like a seed pushing through hard soil. So this is my first book I self-published in 2013. And I want to read that poem to you. It's called A Doll Like Me. I cried for dolls that didn't always exist on shelves. Shelves that held rows and rows of dolls for a little girl I did not know. When I got older and stopped insisting that all brown dolls look like me, and stopped begging my mother for an image of myself to hold, she told me she had been afraid to come home from shopping empty-handed. afraid to bring her little girl a pink, blue-eyed stranger. She blamed Ronald Reagan for their absence, convinced that before him, she had had no problems finding brown dolls for her daughters. She told me that clerks stared at her, not understanding why she couldn't take any doll from their shelves. She says she searched stores close to tears for me. But all I remember of those times is crying. Crying because I didn't understand the absence. Crying because I had to leave stores empty-handed. Crying for a doll brown like me. Crying because of pain I could not articulate. Thank you all. That was Miss Davis, class number 2. I'll be back next Monday. Have a good day. Don't forget to write. If you're going to write, please write in the comments. And hashtag, did you write today? I'm looking for that. Thank you. Bye.